Hello, my lovelies. I am a couple of minutes late, 1 minute late, not so bad. Had a really great but busy day. So I am actually just going through my cards because um, I put a post in earlier to see who wanted to choose what cards, and I've realized that they're all mixed up together. So I am pulling out the favorites, which were um, actually, these are my very first set of cards that I've ever bought, my very first set of Oracle cards. So they're the Ascended Masters, and of course, they're all mixed up because I usually read them together with the Goddess cards. But what I'm going to do today, because it was a very close call, I am going to read mostly from the Ascended Master cards. First, I'm going to read from that. Then I'm going to read a couple from the Goddess cards, which I think was number 2. It was the second. And then I'm going to pull some tarot as well. While I'm sorting out my cards here, I just want to say as well, before we start, there is an amazing energy happening this weekend. So Jupiter, just for those of you who are interested a little bit in astrology, and listen, with astrology, nothing is written in stone. With astrology, these are the kind of energies that you can use. And Jupiter is the biggest. It's the biggest planet in our solar system, and it has a huge impact. It's not a personal planet, so it's not so much a personal, it doesn't only affect us individual, it's going to affect the collective, but it's actually going to, you can also have this really affecting you as well. So Jupiter, I'll mix them all up. Jupiter is conjuncting Uranus. Now, this is huge. Jupiter conjuncts Uranus, I think, about every 12 years or so. But it's conjuncting Uranus in Taurus, which is the planet that represents money and finances and earthy things, soil, food, all of that. But it's conjunct exactly on, I think it's Saturday night, Sunday morning, early hours for UK Irish time. I think it's about 2:30, 1:30 a.m. It'll be conjunct exactly for about an hour. But the thing with these huge planets, and any of these big transits, is when they are conjunct, it starts something huge. So this is something that hasn't happened for 84 years. So Uranus is fast and sudden, and it's like big sudden shifts. Okay, it can be dramatic, it can be revolutionary, and it can be kind of reactionary. So we do need to use the positive side of that. We need to sit on our eagle's perch, or as I like to say, sit in our highest self when we are manifesting something, and when we're looking at whatever is happening. It can bring up sort of seismic activity, but also in people. It can be sort of like something can zoom to the surface. What's amazing about it is conjunct Jupiter. This is only happening 3 days before the full moon next week, okay? Full moon is on the 23rd, 24th. This is happening the 20th, 21st, early hours 21st for Irish UK time. But Jupiter is joyful, and it's expansive, and it's abundant, and it's a beautiful, big, it adds to everything. So when it comes in conjunction, which means when the two planets are in the same place in the sky, they sort of energize each other. Now, for me, what I am using this for, and I urge you to use it as well for yourselves, because I know what part of my birth chart it's falling on. It's falling on my 10th house, which for me will be all about career and changes. Now, you don't need to know that. If you do, and if you happen to know where, I think it's at, I'd have to look up the degrees now, and I'm not sure about the degrees. You'd need to know exactly where that degree is. So follow any astrologer and they'll tell you exactly what degree that this is forming. And I did see it, but it's gone in one ear and out the other. I've been really busy. But for me, it's falling in that part of my chart. But what I would say to you is this is amazing. I've been feeling this shift coming for a while. I've been feeling not like pivoting, or there have been times when I felt like, oh, I can't do this any longer. I've got to chuck everything in, going to give up. I'm going to start all over again. I'm going to start something new. I've had this feeling that I want to really change up and start something new. But in the last couple of days, I've had light bulb moment after light bulb. So I know what needs to change in my career and in my, it's like giving back to the community. It's like starting something that'll be a legacy. And with this conjunction, it can be the start of something amazing that will grow sort of to something amazing within 2 years. So it's like the beginning of a new journey. So I would urge you, if you're feeling, and it could be in any area of your home or your house signs, but I would say tune in and trust for this, what most needs to change in your life, because you will feel it. I didn't even know that this was happening in my career house until 2 days ago, and I realized, oh my goodness, this is enormous, and this is what I've been feeling. So you will all know what area of your life needs to change, and use this big conjunction to get excited about what you want instead. So whatever is not working right now, whatever is triggering you or not working in your life, decide, draw a line in the sand and decide you're going to change it, okay? And just a magic will happen. Something magical happened to me once I decided I wanted to do, a big career change. I've actually on the wall behind my desk, and I'll post this when on Facebook. I've been working, as you know, on vision boards and making a new vision and getting really excited because of the eclipse last week. And I gathered together physical pictures, so many, I couldn't fit them on my vision board. That back there was my last vision board, and I never really saw it. So what I have done on the entire wall behind my desktop, I have a collage almost filling the entire space. So that is my vision board. And when things change, I'm going to just change pictures, and I have yet to put up words that mean something to me. So I would suggest to you, get really excited, because something amazing happened last night for me that really showed me, yes, you're on the right path. And I will speak more about this on another video because it's only forming. But I'm really excited about something. I wanted to see, how can I reach more people, do something that a lot more people can afford to work with me in a smaller, easier way. And I've got just the magical idea, and I'm starting to work with the right coach comes along when you're ready, and I've just signed up for something. So more on that. Keep your eye out. For now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to read, and if you are just popping on, I haven't said this yet, but I can see Mairead has already jumped out of the gate. Post a number below, give me a lowish number between 1 and 5, and when I'm finished reading for everybody, I will go through in turn. I will read a card for anybody that comes on the live card. Now, I have just sent out an email to my list. That's why I was late, because I'm slow at things like that. So I have sent an email to my list just to say, I'm reading cards for individuals. Anyway, what I'm doing now is I am shuffling. These are the Ascended Master cards. So I'm going to choose 5 of these. I'm going to choose 3 of the Goddess cards. And I love these because both of those together they're very much in line with the law of attraction, the law of vibration, the law of manifesting anything that you want. So it gives great advice. And then I'm going to pull some tarot after. 3 tarot maybe. So, okay, I'm just tuning in to everybody here who chose pack either 1 or A, because whatever site I posted this in and that you watched it on, it might be different. So 1 card has jumped out. Love it. My goodness. What a card to start off with. Okay, I'm just going to break them into 3. And I'm going to choose the middle section. Oh, wow. So this jumped out when I was reading. Okay, so this is the first card, and it is the flow of prosperity. So if you do nothing else, if you are struggling with prosperity or money or mindset or fear, or if you have a lack mentality, or if you feel, oh, it's just so hard and how can I do this, and where you're focused, I've been there, done that so many times in my life, I cannot even tell you. But what I know for sure is when we stay in that vibration of fear and lack and worry, and where is it going to come from, we're manifesting more of that. This card is just a reminder to tell you you've got the power to do it. Lakshmi has 4 arms in this picture. She's often depicted with 4 arms, which is kind of a message to say you're not asking and expecting enough. What if all of your needs were met? What if you had enough money and abundance and prosperity and health and well-being to go around for, your lifetime? What would it feel like? What would it look like? Because this card is telling you to get into that vibration. Just dream, and dream this weekend, Saturday night, Sunday morning, early hours. If you're living in Ireland or the UK, adjust your time, but it'll be sort of Saturday evening in the Americas. It'll be Sunday morning, you know, Irish UK time, and further east. But it's not just a thing that happens, over that time. Okay, I'm not going to be getting up in the middle of the night to manifest and dream. Start now. Know that this is huge, because we're already feeling that big conjunction between Uranus and Jupiter. And Uranus, remember, rules Aquarius, and we're moving into that age of Aquarius. It's a really positive sign. Start thinking about where you could see yourself and imagine you could be in 2 years' time, and just get curious. Just be really curious. When you're curious and you ask that question, the second card that came out is follow your heart. So when you get into your heart space, when you feel, oh my God, I love what I do. I love the people I serve. I love my life. I love, whatever it is that you love. When you follow your heart and you do the things that you love, if you're a creative, if a lot of people I work with are creatives, they're artists, they're actors, they're writers, they're chefs, they're cooks, they make things from nothing. If you are a creative, what is it that lights you up? What is it that just you could do all day, and you lose time doing it? You might struggle, your mind might struggle with how you can bring abundance with that, but just follow your heart. When you follow your heart and you are curious about where that is, just spending a little time doing it every day will lift your vibration and give you huge insights. Because next card, fertility. This is a really fertile time. Also, because of where the moon is right now, as you know, if you've been following me for any length of time, I think that, a really abundant time for creativity and flow and fertility is between the new moon and the full moon. And the full moon, I think it's the 23rd, 24th. So Plus that full moon stays full for 3.5 days. That period of the full moon is from the moment of the full moon right for 3.5 days. So we've got a good week that we can really focus and play and imagine and get excited and doodle and write and draw pictures on what it is that you want to create, because that will bring you more of that energy. Next card is nurture yourself. So, you don't have to scrabble or push or try or waste your energy or do everything for everybody else and not yourself. This card is a reminder to nurture yourself, a reminder to tune in, check in with maybe the child inside, maybe check in with what do you want? What would serve you? Now I'm looking at you, every one of you watching. What would serve you right now, this weekend? How can you make your life just a little bit more loving? How can you be kind to yourself? Nurture yourself and just, even if it's just a reminder, set your phone to remind you if it dings to just do something nice for yourself, whatever that is. And the last card, I couldn't have chosen 5 better cards. These are so positive. The last card is the power of joy. They follow, when you are in a state of joy. So when you're imagining what you want, when you're doodling what you want, yesterday I put up this collage on my wall. I've been collecting pictures for so long, and I just, and a lot of them are double ups of their, I have a lot of nature pictures on one side and interiors because I love changing things, and I love the ideal place and home to live. So I have those all over my wall. So it's like a big vision board. And I can't tell you how excited I was making that board. And this is the little synchronicity of it. I took a photograph of it while I was doing it. I was going to post it in social media, and I haven't yet. And sitting on my desk top was a picture of this guy that I've been following, and I bought his course last night. This spontaneous course, because I just know I've got that big idea of what I want to do next. So, I just feel this turned up at right time. It's at a price that I can afford, and I know it's right for me. And I manifested by playfully doing nothing, only decorating my wall yesterday. What can you do? And it'll be different for everybody. What can you do that'll bring you joy this weekend? Belly laugh. If that's, if just start laughing. Get a go onto YouTube and get a laughter yoga video or something, or just get out into nature, play with your animals, your children, whatever. Do something that reminds you of when you were a child, when you just had all the time in the world to do nothing and be playful. It might be going for a walk by nature and just really looking around. When you get into the power of joy, you are creating, and you're creating from that highest place. Now I can see that there's a good few people. So hi JJ, lovely to see you. Michelle, great to see you. Somebody said hello, caught you live. It just says Facebook user. Mairead, I can see you. Michelle Doyle, JJ, Sue Wright, definitely feeling the same way. It sent me backwards to sort out a few issues I've had in order to move me totally forward. Love that. Can't see who you are. Next one. Can I have a 2, please? Don't know who you are, but I'll read for you. Afternoon, card 1, please. So anybody who's hopping on now, just put a number, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, and I will read for you from these cards because they're really magical. I'm just going to take a photograph of this so that I can put it before I just put that up before just photograph of the cards. I'm going to read 3 from the Goddess deck next, and then a couple from Tarot. So what else do we need to hear? And then I'll go into the individual cards afterwards. I'm so friggin' excited. I can't tell you how excited I am about what's happening right now. I just feel, oh my goodness, there's so much wonderful positive energy. So nothing is jumping out, so I'm going to just put them into 3 piles. I'm going to take pile number 2. Leap of faith. So this is card is telling you to take a leap of faith, to trust where you are, trust what you're doing, trust that you're enough, trust that what you want wants you to. And it might be a sign that you might know, you might see a step that you want to take, but you might be afraid to take it. This is like, if you can imagine that the step that you're going to take is going to get you to where you want to go, or the first step of what you want to go, but maybe you're a little bit anxious about it. Tune in and see, am I anxious about it because it's a scary step? Or am I anxious about it because I shouldn't do this? And when the way to know that is to decide, if I make this step, what will it feel like on the other side? Tune into that feeling, because if that feeling brings you excitement, just do it. Take a leap of faith and do it. So like, jump. You won't sink, jump, do it. But if that step feels like, no, I'll hurt people, or it won't work, or whatever. If you even if you're thinking of what it's going to get you to, if you've an anxiety about that, it might be something to look deeper on. The middle card is another nurturing one, basically, but it's telling you. So these are the Goddess cards, anybody who chose them. And I will read individually, so just give me a number between 1 and 5. I just don't want to be going through higher numbers. So guiding children, it could be that you're really good at working with children and guiding with children, and it's giving you a sort of a nudge to say, yes, take action now. You're good at this. Might be a good thing for you to get into. Other meaning of this card is to look after yourself and recognize that that child inside needs looking after as well. So that was similar to the last 5 cards, that it's like, yeah, there's where do I need to look after me? And it might be that you just need to look after you first before you can put on anybody else's, oxygen mask. Think of the plane as an analogy. But it might be that you need to work on your own inner child, and then you might be good at helping children. And this card, Medicine Woman, is just telling you that you are powerful. You can conduct energy. You can heal anything in your body, in your life, by energy and by focusing on working with that and connecting with it. It might be a sign that you need to do an energy course or to have somebody do energy healing on you, but energy is powerful. I have had such amazing insights about energy and energy healing since I've started playing with it. Okay, next, I'm going to just choose 3 of the tarot for the 4, middle, and after. Middle is now, so I'm going to just choose 3 cards. Ah, lovely. So this is a beforehand, and this card can be a little bit tricky. It can be that our emotions and our feelings have been a little bit manipulated and all over the place. The King of Cups can be very much in touch with his emotions, but it can also be that that there was a bigger, and because it's in the past, I feel that something has been pulling on our emotional strings, okay, in the past, and it's something that we need to leave and now let go of. So any feeling of lower vibrational emotions, any feelings of sadness, worry, stress, just breathe into them and look, we all go through times and difficulties, and sometimes they're really, really, we just have to go through, especially if it's grief, we have to just go through grief and be gentle with ourselves. But there's something about this card that's saying it's time now to heal. And in the middle we have now, this is about getting together with other people. It's like, it's the Four of Wands. Wands are passions, purpose, kind of, and wands happen very fast as well. There's a sense of, I feel in this, like there's two wands on either side here, and it's almost like moving through the gap. It's like two 11s, walking through the gap. And this, I feel that this is go out, meet people, get in touch with people, have fun, meet people of like-minded, find a really good community. It might be in person, it might be online, but there's something about this to celebrate. And in the future, the near future, we've got the Two of Cups, and the Two of Cups is kind of a really beautiful healing and getting together. It can be for somebody a sign that that there's a new love interest. It can be that you're moving together, that it might be a really good time to start a project with somebody else. It's like, I feel that it's coming together with other people of like-minded and raising our vibrations and emotions. Cups are all about emotions. So that's for, I'm just going to take a photograph of these three and that lot, and then I'm going to read cards from this, so I don't need it. So I'm going to go back and look at the list. So anybody coming on, pop me a number between 1 and 5 and I will read it for you. So I'm starting with Mairead. So Mairead, number 2 for you. Card for Mairead. So nothing's jumping out. And this, the second card from that pack was a listen. It's just listen and tune in. This card is kind of telling you that you're wiser as well than you think, and that you have all the answers inside in your heart. You've all of the answers. If there's an issue or a problem, tune in by just breathing 4 times, the way I would do any of my meditations, breathing in and out slowly 4 times, just grounding yourself. And with whatever is going on, just tuning into your highest self and ask for, what can I learn from this? Or what do I need to know from this? And I like to do this and look up at the same time. Like when you look up, when you put your eyes up, when you're trying to think of something, it's like the cartoon for thinking. The person always has their eyes looking up. When you look up like that, you sort of get into your subconscious mind. It's like a little message for your mind to give you the answer. The answer may not come immediately, and it may, but it's like when you do that, you are tuning into your wisest self and trust that the answers will come. It could also mean that you need to listen to somebody else. You don't need to agree. You just need to let them know that you're listening, and it can solve huge issues and problems. Okay, so my lovelies, next card is Michelle Joyle. Can I have 3, please? You can do. I'll just hide that again so it won't cover the card. Michelle Joyle. Okay. And it was number 3. 1, 2, and 3. Peace offering. So peace offering is that there's something peaceful and loving and calm coming along. If there is a conflict in your head, in your body, in your life, with people around, or with just where your thoughts are, this is a sign that everything is about to change. If it's a conflict or an issue with another person or thing, all doors are open right now and everything is ready to solve. And if it is something like that, a really neat little trick is to just tune into that person's energy. You know how to do this. Just think of the person, okay? Tune into their energy and imagine that you are doing something like saying, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. Even if you don't want to, you don't have to mean it. You do not say it to their face. That is just doing ho'oponopono on whatever is happening. When you do that, you're just accepting we're all responsible in some way, and it might be just that it's turned up in your life, so you've manifested it, okay? You might even say in your own mind when you're saying, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you, that you're saying, sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you to myself when you think of that person, if it's a triggering thing. But when you do that, it softens and everything starts to dissolve, and people have healed. I've had amazing results doing that. But it's like, and it can be to your body, it can be to another person, it could be another thing, but it's like there's a change ready to happen and you just need to release something. Okay, so JJ, hello, oh, lovely photograph with your doggies. So number 5 for you, JJ. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Twin flame. So twin flame, I'm sure you've been listening to me enough of what twin flame means. Twin flame is, there could be somebody, this could refer to somebody you already know. And if you're thinking of somebody, it might be this is your twin flame. It might be that this person is going to come into your life soon, because I don't know what's happening in your life right now. But the twin flame, it's sort of like you're learning things from somebody. You're learning things from this person, and just actually doing Ho'oponopono as well on the past and on past relationships can be really, really good to help you manifest the next or the best. And if you're in a relationship and you just do that, it brings everything to a new height. If you're in a relationship, this card just means, send love, practice that loving energy, because everything will reach a better level. And if you're not in a relationship, do that on yourself. You love yourself enough to be lovable, to do that energy in yourself. So I think Ho'oponopono, again, for you and for any relationship that you're either in or from the past or, your future. Okay, so just do that. Something magical can happen these days. Okay, Sue Wright, beautiful horse. Okay, so Sue Wright, number 2, wasn't it? Yeah, for you. Number 2. 1 and 2. Oh, I did shuffle those. So you got exactly the same card as JJ, the last card. So there's a really sparkling energy I'm seeing around here, around your head. It might be a really sparkling energy that's already in your life. It might be that this would be a really good weekend to either upgrade a relationship that you're in, give peace and letting go to somebody that's in the past, or focusing on what is it that I want. And actually for JJ as well, the other thing for this is writing out a list of absolutely what you do want, even if you're in a relationship, writing out what you really, the support that you want, and but that you're writing it in the present tense. What do you need and what can you give? Because every time we give, we receive, and every time we receive, we give. It is a constant flow. And in a twin flame relationship, we're constantly giving and receiving. So the energy that you put into it, you're getting back. So basically the card means that if you are in a relationship, you can make it even better. If you're not, you can manifest your ideal relationship by giving sort of a sense of closure and peace to any And you'll know the one, or maybe there's many, but you'll know what needs to be released. You'll know the one that is kind of really um, triggering you or sticking around from the past. Okay. Oh yeah, and there isn't a card number there, and I read that out. Let me see, who's this? Can I have number 2, please? With hearts. 2 hearts, you can. I'm not sure who you are, but I'm going to read the 2. Number 2 card for you. Yoga. Why did immediately when I picked that out did I feel that you need to do belly yoga, laughing yoga? Maybe it's because that card came out in that last reading. This is a reminder to do some yoga, but actually have some fun with it. Even though this is a really sort of a spiritual card and just checking in with knowing that, you know, when we do something like that, when we have a practice of physical, emotional, mental, everything together, that it's really positive and powerful. I don't know who you are or whether you even do yoga. You could be a yoga teacher. But when I picked this card out, I got a sense that you need to laugh, to do some laughing yoga if you want to, but to have joy, to really raise your frequency, your vibration this weekend by just, you know, doing something that really gives you that belly laugh, whatever that is. I have a couple of go-to comedians that are so politically incorrect. I wouldn't even mention their names in my home because I'd be smacked around the place by one of my daughters. But I love this particular comedian, and every time I watch him, he just lights me up, and it's funny, 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 funny. But whatever it is that you like to do, but also when you're doing that, and when you are in that state of blissed out and just total happiness, nothing can get through on a negative level. And I feel that power of that Jupiter Uranus conjunction this weekend is, all about Jupiter is expansive and joy and loving. So we need to do more of that. Okay. Afternoon one, please. I don't know who you are, but you know who you are. And I'm tuning into your energy to just choose a card for you. Number 1. So I'm going to take a card off the top, and it's choose peace. So you need more peace this weekend. You need to spend a little bit of time just tuning in and just what brings you a sense of calm and peace and love. Do you need to be near water? Do you need to sit in silence? Do you need to do some meditation? What is it that brings you peace? Do you need to be out in nature with your feet on the ground? Just do something that brings you a sense of peace. And if there's anything that's going on, and if there's a decision that you need to make as well, choose the outcome. When you're making a decision, if that decision feels like, if you can think of the end result, if I make that decision, if you get a sense of peace for having done something or made some decision at the end of it, that's a good decision to make. If you don't get a sense of peace when you're thinking of a decision that you need to make, it might be something that you need to look at again or choose a different option. Okay. I've got Hi Glennis with 2 butterflies. Oh, I see you're coming up next. Okay. First time following along live and loving this. So reflective of how I feel at the moment. Brilliant. Thank you. I'm loving this, playing with the universe, following the signs that makes me feel good. Lovely to have you here, Lucy. And I hope that you have put a number down somewhere below. So I'm going to choose number 1 for this person who has given me 2 butterflies. So funny now, 2 cards jumped out, so I'm going to give them to you. First one is balance. Balance your career and your home life. You'll know the one that's out, that jumped out. And this was the number card. And I love this card. This is yes. Say yes to yourself. So Balance whatever isn't working and say yes to yourself. And even if you just literally say yes, yes, yes. When I'm playing with my pendulums or my dowsing irons, rods, if I say yes, 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 I get that open out feeling from my rods, and I get that open out feeling in my heart. So say yes to yourself. Maybe there's somewhere that you aren't saying yes to yourself. You need to say yes to yourself. And the other meaning in this card is yes. All doors are open for you, lady. Walk through them. I'm presuming you are a lady. Walk through them. All doors are open. Um, and everything you touch turns to gold. That's the meaning behind this card as well. So, I mean, really, Ganesh, Ganesh. All doors are open and everything you touch turns to gold. How fabulous. Feel that feeling. Everybody, I want to really raise your frequency this weekend. Janine, I'm late, just saw the email. Great, delighted you did. Hello, and you haven't given me a number yet, so I'm going down looking at the numbers. Brenda, I see you have come back and given me a 3 later on, so I'm going to give you a 3, Brenda, okay? I'll just... so, number 3 for Brenda. 1, 2, and 3. So there's listen, and actually, funnily enough, that came out. So there might be some sort of a conflict going on, whether it's in your head, in your heart, in your life. Just might be a time to tune in and just listen and be silent and ask the universe to give you a sign. What do you need to do? What steps do you need to take? Is the conflict, are you too busy? Are you, or is there an actual conflict going on between a person or situation? Sometimes when you just listen, if there's a conflict, when you just listen, you can really get a sense of, oh, I see where they're coming from. You don't have to agree with them, but you give that other person or that other energy, even if you're not actually, they're not with you or in the room even, or it's not a conversation. When you just listen and see where someone's coming from, it gets rid of that sort of tenseness. And the other message from this card is listen to the wisdom inside your own heart. You are wiser than you think. But peace, you need to spend a bit of time feeling into peace this weekend. Peace, tranquility. How can you bring more peace? Because it's a great weekend for manifesting. I can't stress it any more than that. Okay. So Janine, number 1 is next. So anybody coming on, I'm reading numbers between 1 and 5. Try not to give me a big number because it'll take too long to go through them. So Janine, take charge of this situation. I love that because that's really telling you that you've got the power. Don't forget. And it's like, this card reminds me as well of the magician in the tarot deck. It's like, this guy, this is Moses, parting the Red Sea. It's like, I declare, sort of, you're putting it out there. This is what's going to happen. You take ownership of what you want to manifest with a real, listen, if you do this with power this weekend, whatever it is, because of that big Jupiter-Uranus conjunction, it's like you've got the power. Uranus is fast. Things can happen really fast this weekend. But you need to raise your frequency and imagine if you already had taken this situation, whatever it is, so whatever it is you want to manifest, to happen or to stop happening. If it's something that you want to stop happening, you've got to change your language into the positive. What do you want instead? And declare it like Moses did. Part the sea. You've got the power. Take back your power. Okay. Hi, Susanna. Lovely to see you. No, you are not too late. I'm not doing anything after this call. I am literally just reading down to the end. So if I haven't read for you, give me a number between 1 and 5. So this is for Susanna Secret. And number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Well, retreat into nature. So you need to get into nature. And I know you live in the middle of nature. I know you've nature all around. And anybody coming on just now, if you haven't watched the beginning, I chose 5. There's some really good insights at the beginning. I speak more about what this weekend could bring, plus the 3 kind of card readings for everybody that were very powerful. But for you, Susanna, you need to mind your heart. You need to just do something that lights your heart. Just being in nature, get on your horse, be outside, also hug a tree, that kind of beautiful energy of getting outside and being in nature. Because it really lifts everything. There's fairies in this. There's a sort of an energy of fairies around you, magical little beings. When you hug a tree, just get a sense that it might not be fairies that you're interested in. It might be just the tree or just nature, but it brings you to a level where you feel anything is possible. And that's what I want you to feel this weekend. Tune into what you want this weekend and just know that some area of your life wants changing and you'll feel it. But the best way for you is to tune into nature to feel that. Now, let me see where I am next. Oh, yeah, red for Brenda. So next is Lucy. Okay, Lucy, you're very welcome here and lovely to see your face on the call. Number 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Meditate, don't. So meditate. Okay, so you need to just, and I feel this is maybe silent meditation, just tuning in and listening to yourself, or listen to something if you prefer to do that. It might be that, depending on what you need, whether it's healing or abundance or whatever it is that you want to create. I love looking up, if you go into YouTube and click on Tesla 369 hertz, but there are also other sites with you'll see what hertz you need to listen to, and it's literally just a sound that feels like a very simple audio. Sit in peace or love or tranquility or abundance, whatever it is this weekend. Um, sometimes, and I think sometimes we need to listen to guided meditations, and sometimes we need to listen to just still meditations. But when you're meditating, just hold in your heart what you want to make a big change, what you want to create, what you want to have more of. You might need to think of what you want to have less of first so that you can tune in and just meditate on, how can this be my best year ever? How can this be amazing? Because I really am excited about this year. And you know what? Even if all madness breaks loose, we have to hold that space. Hold the space for meditating and manifesting something awesome by the power of our emotions. Okay, you're very welcome, Mairead. I'm glad you like that. Hi, Glennis. I don't know who a lot of these people are. Thank you. You're welcome, Michelle. So I'm just looking for a number. Okay, so this, could I have number 3, please, if I'm not too late? I'm reading from you. I don't know who you are, but I am tuning in to your energy and choosing card number 1, 2, 3. So this is telling you that you're wiser than you think. You're wiser than you think, and you are seeing the situation accurately. So trust your gut instinct in whatever is coming up. Trust that your instinct and your intuition is really valid and strong. So if you're getting a feeling to go away from something or go towards something, trust it, okay? And you might need to sit again in silence and meditate to actually feel that, but just trust whatever is coming up for you. I'm just feeling with this card that you also need stillness. Now, there's a big moon energy as well in this. And the moon is going to be full on either the 23rd, 24th of April, depending on where you are. So between now and then, there's a powerful energy of creating anyway and manifesting something when the moon is getting fuller. But Saturday night, Sunday morning, wherever you are in the world, the Jupiter Uranus conjunction is really, really exciting. So, if you are moving towards something, and even if you're moving away from something, trust that you are moving towards something better. Sit in the vibration of that and really feel it like you've already got it. That's how we manifest. Next person, this was number one, please. I don't know who you are, but I'm going to give you card number one. So, one. So this is telling you to detach from drama, and it might be that you're watching something. It could be in your family, it could be in your community, it could be on the news. God, don't watch the news. I have stopped watching the news years ago. I know I'm going to be told if anything big is going to happen. I've just stopped. Do not want to watch that. It brings down my frequency and my vibration. So, what are you watching? What are you digesting? How is it affecting your energy? If there is something going on, if somebody is overloading your nervous system and mental space and capacity and your aura by giving you all their stuff, you've got to sit and breathe and just allow them to take back their stuff. And you do this by just imagine that there's a big, invisible but bubble around you, and that you're protecting yourself and that you're viewing and observing. So it's almost like Pallas Athena is putting her hand out to stop. Stop. You keep it out there. You can view really calmly and observe and watch it as if you're watching some movie or drama on the TV that you're not engaged with. It's not affecting your emotions. So you're viewing and observing. When you do that, if somebody is being over dramatic, what you're doing is you're showing it, you're mirroring it back to them, and they start to see their own stuff, and they feel you're listening to them, but they actually realize, oh, and they don't overload you. It might be that you're sensitive and you're being overloaded with something, or that you're watching whatever. So just watch your energy, and especially this weekend. Thank you for the yoga card. It was Paula G, and they were my comments. They were my comments. All right. Okay. Thank you. Thanks for clarifying that, Paula. Lovely to see you in here. Thank you, Glenys, Mary Ireland. Glenys, Mary Ireland. Mary Ireland. Okay, I know who you are. Yeah. Okay. And did I read for you? So then I must have. That was the green heart, I think, actually. Hello. Let me see. Janine, that's great card reading. Brilliant. Tanya Berry, I don't think I have it down further. I have a card from you. You're welcome. Brilliant. Okay, so Tanya Berry is a number 2 card. So I haven't, lovely to see you in here, Tanya. I haven't seen you before, I don't think, on a live. So 1 and 2. And you've got this. This is the second time this has come out today. So get outside. Look, I don't know where you are in the world. It might be pouring. Even if it is, just get out for any length of time. Get outside into nature. It might be beautiful wherever you are. Look at, just look at nature. Nature doesn't try to do anything, doesn't struggle. Grass doesn't try to grow, birds don't try to fly, but grass will actually push its way through concrete to get to the light. It'll push its way up through anything. In fact, if grass died down in the desert and the rain comes, grass comes back to life. Feel feel like that when you get out into nature. Nature doesn't try. When you get out into nature, if you just observe and notice you're part of that, it has a feeling of lifting up your heart. You see a little heart here in the center. It'll raise your heart chakra, your feelings of love for yourself, your connection to all that is, and it just has an ability to raise your frequency. We need to raise our frequency or raise our vibration, which is raising our emotional set point. We're manifesting from our emotions. So when you get into that state, you're creating from that state. That's where we want to create. So there you go. So Taina. Oh, I'm sure. I hope I said it right. Anyway, JJ, thank you very much. Have a great weekend to one and all. You are so welcome, JJ. Oh, I am so sorry to hear that, Christina. Your friend died, nearly finished college. So sorry to hear that. I don't know whether I've read for you. Have I chosen a card from you? Maybe I have. Sending you lots of hugs and love, Christina. Um, and one. So if it's too late, I understand. No, I don't know who you are. I'm wondering, is this Christina as well? And I'll try to tune into just that message. Okay. So I'm going to choose a card. It's not too late. I will read until I see the last message. So, number one. So this is, you are a teacher, you're a natural born teacher, and whatever, that doesn't mean that you need to go to college and do a degree in teaching in the system. Okay. What it means is the lessons that you learn, the hardships that you feel, the traumas that you've been through, the things that you have come out the other side of are your greatest blessings, because you have an ability to actually pass that on and to help somebody else struggling, whatever, in whatever way that is. And now this card as well, when I look at this card, I see intuition, bright light in your head, the ability to speak up and help. But this energy all around here, all around the heart is really big and bright. And when we're teaching, if we come from our crown, or when you're speaking and your heart, you're just so totally in sync and in alignment. You can speak, be really powerful and be heard. Okay. When I also look at that, I almost see a chalice, and that he's holding a chalice, okay? And it's like a message to make sure that your heart is filled up before you give and do from that. Make sure that, whatever it is that you're going through, that you're healed from, and that you're filled up, and that you're not overgiving and overdoing. I've done that so many times, I've burned out. You're filled up before you impart to anybody else. Okay. And so whoever you are, there's a beautiful future when you work with those energies. Okay, sorry, I've been missing. I don't know who you are, but anybody who's just arrived in, is that your one that I've just read, Christina? And I think I know, is that Christina Flynn, who was in college? Or Crowley? Forgotten. I'm so bad. Maybe both. Okay. Oh yes, thanks my card, Glennis. I was number 3. Oh, lovely to see you, Olivia. Lovely to see you. It gave me strength when my son passed. Oh. Sending you huge love and light. I'm glad that, yes, my one, yes, college, Tina. And I've read for you. It's just, I have read for you. So was that the one I just read last, Christina. Tina Crawley. Okay. I'm sorry to hear that, Christina. That's sad. So if I haven't read from you, just tell me. If not, I'm going to end here. But just really all of you, spend this weekend getting excited about something. What area of your life, you'll know yourself, what area of your life that you want to move forward and expand in. I'm just going to pull a card for you just in case, Christina, I haven't before I go. And it's freedom, the freedom card. And yeah, I can do that, Christina, but this is a card for you, and I'm creating something big that you might love, actually. I'll talk to you about it. So this is the freedom card, and it's just get yourself into this feeling of being free from whatever it is. Really look this weekend because, and whatever is happening in any of our lives, you'll know yourself what area of your life needs to change, and just dream a bit this weekend. Dream, if nothing else, about how it could be different, and I'm telling you, magic will happen. So I think you might have my email address, Christina, if you want to email at me. Glenys@glenystrinder.com will get to me. And I love you all. Have a fantastic, fantastic weekend and really stay high vibe. And if you're struggling to do that, turn on some laughter yoga. Even if you're sad, laughter yoga will just bring bubbling up to the surface. Lots of love. Mind yourself. Take care.